Welcome back. Do you guys have a really rusty or oxidized front bumper reinforcement? We're gonna change that today because so do I, and I'm tired of it. Let me show you what we're working with here. Look at this. Look at this thing. This thing is disgusting. And on top of that, there is a nice little dent right here. We're gonna take care of this. So what I'm gonna do is take off these bolts right here. Oh, it's so simple, these old Toyotas. We are missing one right up here. But this is how it looks. One bolt, two bolts down there, 2 10s. Or, sorry, 6 10s, even though one of them is missing, so it's 5. Now, what we're gonna do, take that thing off. I'm just gonna use a can primer black, and then we're gonna go over it with a nice gloss. I'm just gonna do all this by can. We are not doing any crazy auto body HVLP guns. No, we are doing this at home garage style. So let's take these bolts off so we can get it sanded and prepped. Let's do it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is pretty much start with doing what I usually do, what you're supposed to do when working with any part, which is take some of my alcohol. I have 70% isopropyl. You could also use a Prepsol or just any degreasing agent and just kind of go over the whole piece. Now, what this does is this preps the surface and takes off any loose junk, especially bugs. If bugs got behind your front bumper and they got inside it, it just cleans the surface. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I have my DA here with 220 on it, which is what I'm gonna use to just go over the whole thing, and we are gonna make this a nice shiny piece of metal when we're done. Let's do it. Alright, now the putty is nice and sanded. I'm just going to take my DA, I'm just going to zip this thing down, which should take no more than about a minute to do. Helps if you plug it in. That would help. Now, let's do it. Also helps if you plug in the extension cord that it's plugged into. Now let's do it. Alright, so we have a nice prepped off piece now, ready to go. What I'm going to do is just take my heat gun, and I'm just going to preheat the whole thing, make it nice and warm so that the paint has a nice dry area to stick, and we should be good after that. careful with my movement, but this came out perfect. Absolutely perfect. For can paint, for can clear, I've never seen it glass out the way it just did. Like, this is on competition level with auto body HVOP guns, clear paint. I mean, this is just immaculate. There's no orange peel, one piece of dust right in there, which is fine because I have this laying completely horizontal. Look at this perfect reflection. If anyone tells you you can get great results with canned products, they're lying. The only thing that could have it would have helped it a little bit. The only thing you could have done to make this come out even more perfect is right when I laid down my paint. By the way, let me just show you what I used. So I used a two-part. It is not a two-part, a paint and a primer, all in one. It is good coverage. They do say good coverage. So this is what I use. Right here, it's a Rust-Oleum paint and primer. I could have sanded that. I could have sanded down that layer after it dried and then cleared over that, and it would have come out even more smooth of a surface. This is the clear coat right here. It would have helped it smooth out a little bit. Nothing that would have avoided dirt or dust and anything getting in. What that would have avoided maybe, was like fish eyes, which I did not get because the surface was properly prepped and cleaned. I'm blown away. I am blown away. So what I'm gonna do now is just let this sit in here and cure for a day, and then we can throw this sucker on. The other thing, using a heat gun helps it. Using a heat gun definitely helped a lot. But the other thing that you have to be sure of is, if you do this in the sun, it might wrinkle on you. So I'm doing this right now in like maybe 50-degree weather. It's cloudy out right now, so I'm not having this thing in the sun. If you have a heat gun, don't force it. Don't force feed it to dry, because it will wrinkle. It started to wrinkle a little bit on me, and then I just kind of backed off for a minute and then let it cool down, and then just reapplied some more clear with the heat gun behind it to kind of help it. I don't want to say warm up as it was coming out of the can, but it helped it lay down a little more, because these cans aren't high pressure. They're not 30 PSI, HVOP guns. So it did help it kind of land and smooth out a little bit more, I want to say, and some of the really light particles just kind of got blown off of it, which is what's nice. That's kind of what I was going for there. But it did. It came out perfect. Just, I wouldn't put it in direct sunlight. I would set up some cardboard. You could see I've destroyed my floor, which is, on top of the resin and all the other projects and stuff that I've done in here. It didn't really matter too much to me, but set up some cardboard or some paper, some old garbage bags or something like that, and do it over that. I'm just letting it sit on some jack stands. So we're gonna wait for this thing to cure, and then I'm gonna show you the final product, the final result back on the car, which also, by the way, I've come to the conclusion after seeing how perfect that came out, I want to do the rest of the front end. Radiator support, it's not going to be too easy. I would have to take off the fenders to do all that. But this piece right here that you see all the little rust and oxidation and stuff happening on this I want to do. This all comes off. This is just bolted on. But it definitely made me want to do the rest of it. And if I could even do the frame rail, which is obviously not simple to do, it involves me taping up and papering a lot. This is what you do for auto body. But we're going to see how far I get, because I would love to show you guys that you could do even something as more complex as that right here in my garage with cans, with all products that you can just get at Home Depot, at Lowe's, your hardware store, whatever. The other really good thing, by the way, is I picked this up at Home Depot. I picked it up at Home Depot. It was like $3 a can. I mean, I just have beautiful, beautiful results for $3. You know what I mean? Like, you can't beat that. If you took that to an auto body shop, you're gonna be paying a lot more than $3. But we're already at 4 minutes of me talking and babbling. I'm gonna wait for this thing to cure. You guys are gonna see me in a different change of clothes. Once this thing is fully cured, we're gonna put that thing back on the car. I'll be back. Welcome back. I'm gonna make this one a little quicker. Number one, beautifully dried. Look at that. Look at that reflection. Oh gosh, it just amazes me. But before we could put that back on, I said, you know what? You can't do beautiful work like that and still have the stock bolts and call yourself a car person. So we are gonna take these beauties right here, and we are gonna paint them. I'm going with the deep blue to match this. Also, this is just to see if it would look good with the car with that sort of color scheme. So I don't know, but we're gonna try that out. Let's get these bolts painted. Look at that. And it's completed. Nice quick little thing you can do to change your bolts. What a nice color too. So what I forgot to tell you is that I was using a base of blue. It's another two-part, what do they call it? Ultra cover. It's an ultra cover, right? Okay, blue is the base of it. And now they also make a metallic one, but the metallic, you don't go heavy on the metallic. The way I did it was base it out in blue, and then just light little sprays of the metallic one just to get the metallic flake out without so much of the color, even though you get a little bit of both. But it gives it kind of a nice little two-tone look. And then I just went over it again in my high glaze Rust-Oleum clear coat over here. That is such a simple thing you could do, and it cleans it up. Again, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but it's not going to be seen. But the rest of them, this is a test to see if I like it, and so far, I really do like it. I wish I had maybe a little bit more of a light over here so you could really see how good it looks, but it does look really, really nice. Alright, so I would say for some canned products, I really don't think you can beat this look. I mean, look at how that came out. It makes the whole front end look so bad because of how nice this piece now looks. Such a simple, easy thing you could do in a day if it's a warmer weather to change the whole look of the front end of your car, even though it's gonna be hidden behind a bumper, unless you're someone without a front bumper and you're just rocking that sweet intercooler. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.